Okay, so it's time for a little bit of a heart to heart because there is a lot of crazy stuff going on in the cryptocurrency space, and I am here to give your mind a path to go down as opposed to the fear mongering and everything that's happening on TV and the internet and the radio and billboards and the conversations that your friends are having with you. So today I want to help you out in a different way. So we're going to have a red wall talk, but this one is going to be recorded and shared with YouTube. Now, normally I do red wall talks in front of my red wall on my Instagram channel, but today I wanted to make sure that everybody can hear this message, and I know not all of you follow me on Instagram. Okay, so because YouTube has its laws, I'm going to link a separate video to a interview or panel that the International Monetary Fund Director, Kristalina Georgieva, was on. I really want you to pay attention to, I think it's like a 5-minute clip of what the International Monetary Fund is doing inside of the cryptocurrency space. Doing your research and finding answers for yourself is always going to be a better avenue than looking at the TV, than logging online, and then reading the comment sections of a post, no matter whose post it is, not even if it's mine. That's not research. That's just finding out what popular opinion is. And popular opinion is sometimes paid for. So I'm going to link that video here. It's just a few minutes long. Just watch it when you can, favorite it, watch it 1,000 times. I think I watched it 10 times. So I kept listening to it over and over and over again. I just put it on loop. But it was a lot of key points in there that I kind of want to touch on as it relates to cryptocurrency. We all are in a position right now where we continue to hear just the negative things that are happening in the cryptocurrency space. You've seen what happened with FTX. It's happening with some other platforms as well. But that's not to scare you, okay? Regulation is needed. We may not get the regulation that we want as a result of some of the people and some of the things that have happened inside the cryptocurrency space. But there's a time for research, and there's a time to put yourself in a position where you don't have to look back and say, if I knew better, I would have did better. We're not going through all of that, okay? So Kristalina Georgieva, I hope I'm not tearing up her name, but I will link that in the card up here. You'll also be able to find it in the description box below. It's just a few minutes. I really want you to just take heed to what she's saying and understand the magnitude to which she's referring to our central banks and their involvement inside of the cryptocurrency space. Understand how big that is. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but go watch it. And I'll link it down there and up here, okay? There is a place for fear in investing. The place for fear should be in your lack of knowledge or understanding of investments and money management. Now, the way you get rid of the fear is to increase your level of knowledge. Do your research, find out the who's, what's, where's, and things like that. New investors, BTC maximalists, crypto loyalists, and others that fall in those very niche categories are going to have an extremely hard time as it relates to their portfolios and investments if they continue to be loyal to only one specific project or one specific brand or one specific group or even one specific ideology or thought process. The purpose of investing is to make money. One of the best things that you can do with your investment portfolio is to make sure that it's diversified, right? A diversified portfolio puts you in a position that is much less risky as a result. You'll be able to put yourself in a position where you understand the competition for the projects that you like and love. You'll understand the healthy competition or competition that's simply there to knock out everybody else because they want a monopoly, right? You'll be able to see when the dominoes start to fall before it hits your portfolio. Doing the research puts you in a much better position to remain diversified, keep some of the money in your pocket, and a diversified portfolio means that you are not investing all of your hard-earned money into the same projects or same projects suites or community of projects over and over and over again. So I've been helping my team with their portfolios, and I'm continuing to see what looks like a trend to me. So I'll talk you through what this looks like using an example, okay? So let's say you understand that supply chain is extremely important no matter what's going on in the world. Supply chain is not going anywhere. So let's say you find a good project, and let's say we'll call this Company A. Now, Company A has their hand in supply chain purchasing, and there's a token for that. So you invest because you understand that purchasing is an integral part of the overall success and future adoption of this project. Now, Company A has their hand in supply chain manufacturing, and there's a company or a token for that. They have their hand in supply chain inventory management, and there's another token for that, so you grab some. Now, you feel like you're diversified because your investments are different. A few in purchasing, a few tokens in manufacturing, and a few more in inventory management. Now, Company A has their hand in supply chain demand planning too, so you grab some. They have their hand in warehousing, transportation, and customer service, and there are more tokens for that, so you get a few more, right? By the end of it, your portfolio looks diverse, right? You have 7 different tokens, but they're all from Company A. But you feel like, well, no, Chrissy, that's 7 different tokens. I'm good. That's not 100% of my portfolio. Well, that's not entirely right. What if, worst case scenario, Company A disintegrates in what feels like seconds overnight? Now, 100% of your portfolio is gone. Now, the reason for this is because you didn't diversify as well as you thought you were diversifying. You thought that having 7 different tokens that did 7 different things was diverse. But the part that you forgot to look a little bit more closely at was that all 7 of those tokens were still from Company A. So what happens if something happens to Company A? Now, if I can give you this is not financial advice, but if I can tell you what I do, right? Make sure to do your own research. If you're investing, you want to make sure that you can answer some of the basic questions like the who, where, why, when, how long, who else, when, right? And what else is coming, okay? It seems like a lot of questions, but those are important as it relates to growing your portfolio. We're in this for the money, right? Some of these are not buy and hold and flip. Some of these are buy and hold long term. So you need to make sure that the project has legs. Think about it like this. No matter how much you love rice, you can't survive off rice alone. Now, let's go back to our Company A scenario. Yes, they have literally invested in and made a token for the 7 different areas that support a healthy supply chain. So that's not bad, right? Let's say that we had this conversation before you bought your first token. Let's say that you did a little bit of research first and you found all 7 of these tokens, but you also decided to diversify. You didn't put 100% of your money in Company A. Yes, you love supply chain, but you also decided to put a little bit of money into something in communications, right? Something in communication technology. You found out about a token that supports solar energy. You even put a little bit of money into a few different DeFi projects. You learned a little bit more about smart contracts and how you could get involved in those too. And this is a more diversified portfolio. Let's go back to the disintegration of Company A. It disappears overnight. Now, those 7 tokens are completely gone, but your portfolio is down by, let's say, 30%. You live to fight another day, and you're not as discouraged and dejected as you would be had you lost your entire portfolio in your first go round. Let's make it even a little less dramatic for you. you seen, because you had done the research, that the dominoes had started to fall, and you were able to move, let's say, a few of those tokens from 2 or 3 of Company A's projects into a stable coin like DAI. Doesn't that seem like it will hurt a little bit less? Like, doesn't that sound a little bit better? Now, after you move them into a stable coin, you're able to diversify into some different asset classes. Maybe because you had done so much research, you found some stocks that were associated with some of the companies that you were investing in as far as crypto goes, right? This is a more diversified portfolio. Remember, your investing doesn't have to be all crypto. It doesn't have to be all stocks. Diversified portfolios even include investing in things like physical, tangible assets. My team and I practice investing in silver because this makes it so that our money is still growing, but if something disappears, it's not all stuck in one place. So we're not completely screwed just in case that one place that we were investing in completely disappears. So really take the time, because the market is down, if you haven't already done so, to do a little bit of research on the projects that you have inside of your portfolio. See if they still have legs while the market is down. See if they're attached to any of these other things that could be attached to, and I hate to say this, see if they're attached to anything that could be attached to FTX or any of the other exchanges that are about to fall over like dominoes. Because when one goes down, it has the tendency to take some of the others with it, just because of how investments work. Like, people partner together, businesses partner together. And yeah, there are some other things that are just not looking good in the pipeline. So the stock markets are down today too. Let me pull it up for you really quick. Let me pull it up. Boeing is actually not down. They're actually up 2.52% today. Every GE is down, Home Depot is down, Nike is down, Starbucks is down. So when I tell you everything that's happening in the media right now is a crock-a-bull, because they're making it seem like just the cryptocurrency space is experiencing some traumatic numbers, that is not true. Everything is down. If you are frivolously spending, I do definitely recommend against it. If you are dollar cost averaging into some crypto projects that you've done the research on that you think have legs, that is a beautiful thing, dollar cost averaging, because the way that I want you to remember to look at it, because Chrissy Pips told you so, is when you're dollar cost averaging, you are only putting in the amount that you are okay with losing. And because you are not taking large lump sums out of your pocket and putting them into the market at one time, if something does happen, you still have legs left. Say you're getting paid every 2 weeks, you're only putting $20 in every 2 weeks. That is a good investment strategy, especially considering the position that we're in the market. Some of the resources that I have heard, listened to, watched, looked at, read, have all said that they don't feel like this is the exact bottom. So there could be some more pain left. And I personally am doing this. So this is the only reason why I am sharing with you what I'm doing. I'm not giving you advice, but I am sharing with you what I am doing, which is to completely go through every single asset in my portfolio to do additional research, right? I'm still dollar cost averaging in. I am still promoting different things that I believe have legs, and I am able to speak to that based on the research and stuff that I'm doing. But do me a favor, make sure that if you have a few different tokens, you take a look at one thing in particular that I found in my personal portfolio was that I had some things in there that were competing with each other. Yeah. And I love being diverse. However, upon doing some extra research, one just has some more significant backing than the other one does, right? So I did not completely pull out, but I did take those dollars and put them currently, I moved them into DAI until I figure out what I want to do with them. Because I have two different tokens that I'm looking at that I would like to move that half that I've taken out from the smaller competitor in. So one of the things that I want you to remember is that you should not have a bunch of different cryptos in your portfolio that all do the same thing, because they are all competing with one another, which means if there's going to be a winner and you have 5, there are going to be 4 losers. So take that into consideration. Do your research. Find out who does what with who and who's a partner. I actually found out some of the cryptos that are in my portfolios are actually partnered with each other. So it's cool to have those, but I did again make a bit of a change in the percentage of each that I was holding. Okay, so it's definitely research time. It's not fear time. You know how to get rid of fear is to do your research. Knowledge erases fear because you can move with conviction. You can move with confidence when you have the knowledge that you need so that you can move forward. Now listen, I am going to go be a mom and pick up my son from school because he just called me while I was recording and doesn't have after school stuff today. So I am going to be a mom and go pick up my son, but I hope you guys have got a little bit of value out of our little heart to heart. We will be doing more of these. Like I said, I do them on my IG. I do them live. I'm either in the car during a red wall talk or I am in front of the red wall at home. Just to have these little hearts to hearts and conversations with you guys, because sometimes the mindset stuff is extremely important, but it's extremely overlooked. And fear is definitely being pushed around the table quite a bit right now. So I want to make sure that you guys still have all of the support that you need, whether it's mental, whether it's me just answering your questions or making you feel better or making you feel like you're not crazy. I'm here for that, okay? But as always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.